What's up, friend?
We love to hear people call in with their own opinions because these are opinions you don't really get to hear all the time.
And after 3 years of lies and smears and slander, the Russia hoax is finally dead.
I'll get back to you when it's over.
What is up, my friends? How is everyone doing today? It is the 21st of October, and as you can see, we have a very special guest, a great friend of mine, Mr. RedPill78. What is up, dude? How are you?
I'm good, Thomas. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. Sorry for the silent wait. I bring the show in at 5 after, so it builds a little bit of a crowd. We're a little bit slow today, which is okay. But just playing some chill jazz. It's all gravy, my man. Exactly, Michelle McGowan. Guys, welcome. I want to welcome everyone here. I thank you for joining us on this Monday evening. If you're new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell. So when I post to this channel, you'll be the first to know. And when I go live on this channel, you'll also be the first to know. You can donate to this channel. I always say this once or twice throughout the stream. You can donate to this channel by going to the super chat down below. You can super chat your questions as for me or for RedPill if you want to, and we'll definitely read them on the air. And you can go to my PayPal, Patreon. We have TRUreporting merch, and we also have a P.O. box. So if you want to do that, hit up the channel and support what you like. It is free content. My platform is your platform. So if everyone donated $1 to $2 today, it would make a huge difference in the podcast and within the quality of what you are seeing today. Red Pill, what is up, my man? How are you doing, man?
Not much, dude. I'm just working on my house, cleaning up. I'm moving my office. It's going to go to a different room And it's just all over the place. I'm also like redoing my bathroom and my kitchen at the same time, so my house is like torn up. I have like 2 rooms that are presentable that I can like allow people to see. The rest of the house is just crazy right now.
Yeah, I've been through that. I'm actually we've spoken about this before. I've spoken about it. Maybe you guys don't know, but I am in the process of actually getting out of where I live. I will be going upstate 2.5 hours to Greenville, South Carolina, a pretty big city. It's time for me to kind of, expand a little bit more. I need to see something new. A reset is, if you wish to call it. Need a reset here. And so I know what you're going through, man, moving everything like that. I'll be doing the same thing soon. So,
I'm excited for your move, dude. I mean, after everything you've told me about the area, like I'm going to be making a trip there, just so you know.
Yeah, and actually within Greenville, there's an international airport there. So
sweet.
There's everything's like right there. You got hockey, you got baseball, you got an amazing downtown, which is where I will be going Saturday. So if any of you are in Greenville, South Carolina, within that area, I'm sure I'll say this a couple more times, come hang out. I'll do probably a walk and talk up there. I'll be with my friend. We'll do a walk and talk and I'll just show you around. If you want to show me around, that'd be cool too. I would greatly appreciate it. We'll open the phone lines at 15 after, so that's about 6 minutes. Rhonda Limker, thank you so much for that super chat. Love Thomas and Red Pill, you guys rock. Thank you so much for that super chat.
Thanks, guys.
I wanted to talk to you about something that that you've kind of brought me up to speed. I talked about it in my podcast today. Is about Fred Brennan.
Oh, Fred Brennan, yeah. Frederick,
yeah, old Frederick. I brought it up in my podcast. I don't know. I mean, if we want to elaborate on that. If you don't know who Frederick Brennan is, he's the original owner of the boards. When Q came around, I believe it was before Q came around, he actually sold it to Jim Watkins, and then 17 hopped on the boards, which was cool. But yeah, man, could you I brought it up in the podcast saying that he could be blackmailed. Something's going on there where he keeps trying to hammer down Jim Watkins. He doesn't want this to take place. He doesn't want the boards up, which I find really weird, dude.
It is a little strange. I don't know what he would have against it. I don't think the culture on 8chan changed all that much from the time that he owned it and operated it until the time that our favorite Anon popped up there. But, and we were talking about this too, he left his house, went grocery shopping or something like that, came home, and his gated community had been, somebody entered his house and they put a blue Q in his bedroom, and he posted that on 8chan, and he seemed to be pretty proud of it at the time. Right. But then all of a sudden he just starts decrying 8chan, saying that he hates it, he wants it to never come back. I don't know if it's a personal issue that he's got with Watkins and the guys. From what I understand, allegedly he left under not so good of a circumstance. Now, I actually have a paste bin, which apparently was written by young Frederick, and he's kind of talking about some of the stuff of what happened. But, the idea that he could possibly be blackmailed is kind of a consensus from several different people that I've spoken to about it, just because it seems so weird. Seems so weird that he would, create 8chan, sell it, make a lot of money. But I had heard that the way that he left, he definitely did not make as much money as I believe Jim Watkins and his people have since taking it over.
How much is it worth? Do you know?
I don't know, but I could do a quick Google search. I don't know that that's even something they're going to keep out on the internet, just because of how much hatred there. Let's see. 8chan value.
Brent Amon, thank you so much for that super chat too, by the way. And also Jamie Campbell says 2 of my favorites here. Thank you. Gamecocks fan too. Very cool. And A Pool says, interesting to hear Tulsi Podesta link. her talk of her running as third party to split off the moderates that voted Trump because didn't like HC last time. Thoughts? So you talking about Gabbard, correct? Yeah, that's all right. I've seen so much on this, and we'll get to that. Thank you so much, A-Pool. Let me just write that down so I don't forget about her. So go. Did you find anything about
nothing on the value? No.
That's Muffin, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Muffin. She wanted to say hi. Yeah, nothing on the value. You know, a bunch of stuff that's not related comes up, but you know, it's been alleged that Fred liked to party. I actually was sent an image of Fred at a let's say an adult themed nightclub in the Philippines, and he's surrounded by ladies of the night. So it sounds like there was maybe a lot of frivolous spending, shall we say. And he cashed out. He was no longer part of it. And, you know, there's a lot of other things that I had heard. I had heard that he had maybe created like a fraudulent GoFundMe or something like that, asking for money for 8chan after he had already left. And again, that's alleged. You know, I that's just something I had heard. There's a lot of posts out there, you know, but of course, you know, much of this stuff is you know, relegated to the past now, since the boards are not up. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was some other place that we could find some stuff out. I'm going to do a couple quick searches for.
And if you don't know, you know, what this guy looks like, this is him right here. This is Hot Wheels. Basically, he has some sort of bone disease that makes him look like this. He was the original owner of 8chan and seemed to be a pretty decent guy. You know, I mean, he's pictured with Jim Watkins. They seem to have gotten along. I didn't know this. And is this right that Code Monkey is actually Jim Watkins' son?
I don't know if that's true or not. No.
Okay. So I've heard that his name is Ron Watkins. And that's his name. I don't know.
I know his first name is Ron. I don't know his last name, but
okay. What I looked at, I'm almost thinking that that's his son.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it very well possibly could be.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, I believe that, you know, it's ultimately the boards will be up. Like, there's no stopping this, right? I mean, this is an operation. I mean,
Jim just made a post and said that they had launched twice today with 2 different configurations, neither of which worked, and so they were just tests. And he also said that they should be up for good in a matter of hours. But what happens is Frederick keeps figuring out, you know, who Jim is doing business with. You know, various like hosting services, the name registrars, the DDoS service, and then he'll figure that out, and then he'll go after them and say, do you know that 8chan is this horrible site who, you know, has, you know, hate speech all over the place? Trying to think of a good way to say it without getting us in trouble here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he clearly has some kind of a vendetta against them.
This is, what is, this was a post from 17 and it says wheels up.
Yeah, wheels up. You know, that was wheels up. I don't know if that was, I personally thought that was referring to Air Force One.
Sure, could have been,
you know, because, you know, got to get the wheels up before you can fly.
Right, yeah. Dana Finkler, thank you for the super chat. He says, Muffin, where we bark one, we bark all.
That's right. That's my boy, Dana.
Zachary Mantis says, hey guys, I hope you're feeling better. I am back to 100%. I worked out today. Thought I was going to die during it, but I got through it. And howdy room. Love all of you. One question. Either of you heard of the comedian Alistair Williams? Other than the Burger King skit, what do you two think? I have not heard of that comedian, and I do follow comedians very closely. Have you?
No, I have not. We should look him up, though. I did find a little bio on Fred, if you'd like to get into some deeper dive information.
I would like to. I think people need to know. I think people are pretty interested in this subject about what's taking place. That's why I posted on it today. People are, you know, starved for the boards to be back up.
Well, so this is from a profile on Fred called Destroyer of Worlds by a writer named Nikki Wolf. And it says that Brennan became a Catholic. It sounds like maybe that had something to do with his decision to flame 8chan. So let's see. So this is amazingly symbolic, becomes a drive-by detail in the penultimate paragraph. Brennan, who suffers from osteogenesis imperfecta, that's brittle bone disease, spent several years writing about his attraction to eugenics on the theory that it could have prevented his suffering by preventing his birth. But that attraction has dimmed a bit since his conversion. He is married, has converted to Christianity, and spends his time designing his own fonts. Party guy. Asked what he would say to his 14-year-old self, he pauses. It sounds like a cliche, but it gets better. You're not going to feel like that forever. That's my impression of it.
That was a good impression. Impression is the highest form of flattery.
And without denigrating him. Yeah. He says he no longer supports compulsory sterilization, though he thinks governments should provide genetic testing for disabled people who want to have children. In fact, he is voluntarily undergoing those tests now. He and his wife are thinking of having a child. Now, it's my understanding that he lives in the Philippines, and I believe he is married to a Philippine woman. Now, let's see. Did Brennan have nothing more to say about moving from the creation of 8chan to his becoming a Catholic in the Philippines? Brennan discussed this matter at length via Twitter in 2017. Is becoming a married Catholic who wants a child no more noteworthy than creating a message board that is supposed to have spread so much fear and loathing? Well, there's plenty of detail about the enormities of Brennan's Frankenstein 8chan. Brennan only held on to the legal ownership of 8chan for about 6 weeks after Gamergate arrived. His funding platform, Patreon, canceled his account. Money was running low. The site was in such chaos. The traffic was so extreme, and there were so many attacks and legal threats flooding over him that he decided he had to find someone to take ownership. He had a few offers, and he picked Jim Watkins, an American Army veteran in his 50s who owned a pig farm outside Manila. His company, NT Technology, which operated several PORN sites, as well as 2chan, the Japanese forerunner to 4chan, assumed legal responsibility for the domain and provided the hardware, while Brennan would continue to run the software and grow the community. In January 2015, as part of his new employment at NT Tech in Manila, Brennan formally signed the domain over to Watkins. The content on 8chan is among the most offensive, violent, and bigoted on the web. It became a sump for the most racist and misogynist of users, especially on the poll board, where the most far-right political viewpoints collected. But in evaluating its behavior, it is probably helpful to think of a Chan site not as a collection of individual people, but as some kind of many-headed trickster god, a psychotic consciousness in its own right. Now, the killings in NZ, down south, and San Diego were not isolated incidents. It is difficult to prove beyond doubt. One of the things that distinguishes Chan sites is the posts are anonymous, but several more mass incidents, including in Umpqua, Washington, and Isla Vista, California, are linked to the culture of sites like 8chan and its predecessor 4chan. They are also key to the spread of conspiracy theories like pasta fence. We'll say pasta fence. Which claim that we all know Hillary Clinton was, operating a home business out of that Comet place in Washington, D.C. But that's not what we think. This is what they tell us and what they put in the articles to make us sound like crazy people. Is there anybody out there who actually believes that Hillary Clinton was running her own cottage industry out of the basement of an Italian restaurant? No, nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks that. However, I do have some questions about those 33,000 missing emails and what she likes to do on the weekends.
Right.
So basically, it sounds like Frederick, when he left 8chan and then converted, he decided he didn't like it anymore. Now, I have also heard that perhaps he was asked to leave because he had a habit of just getting wasted. Completely wasted, loved his pills, allegedly, loved to drink, allegedly, and just did a lot of partying when he was supposed to be working and taking care of the site. This could be, if these allegations are true, this could be the reason why 8chan was in such disarray.
Makes sense to me.
I would imagine that the cancellation of his Patreon account, that would have been quite the blow. Although I would imagine that there must have been additional ways to get revenue. But it sounds like when he made the decision to sell it to Jim had the experience. He was already operating businesses on the web, and so now we are where we are today. Hopefully, within a matter of hours, we'll see the return of 8chan as the new 8kun.
So you're hearing it here first, right? You're hearing it here saying that. I don't know if you covered that on your podcast, by the way, but
not today, no.
But could be hours, guys. It could happen tonight. So just be patient about that, right? We've been this patient, and I know we're all starved for it. We're ready. We want 17 back, right? We want the information to start flowing. So much has happened. And talking about the way that they're describing and depicting 8chan, 4chan, let's be honest, it wasn't the best of places. It really wasn't until 17 came across, and then it went from basically these basement dwelling autists out there who I was on there, and it was super negative. Let's be honest. It was super funny. It was extremely sarcastic and very negative, very dark humor. And then once this started, basically people on 4chan were basically saying, they didn't like normies, they didn't like church, they didn't like anything that was uplifting or God or anything like that. And then this came along, and their whole demeanor changed. You go on there, and there's people, quoting Bible verses and saying that for the first time in my life, I've directed my energy towards God, and so on and so forth. It's a total shift. So to say that 8kun is going to be some negative, hole that everyone goes to and just starts spouting hatred. No. It's not like that anymore. That's what I said on my podcast. It's not like this anymore. It's a place where we go and we share information that potentially could be extremely damning to the deep state and extremely awakening to the American and to the whole worldwide.
Well,
so,
when it gets down to it, Thomas, that's why it's so dangerous. The power to awaken, the ability to direct all of those mental resources into a concerted place to do research and to share information. That is why it's so dangerous. That's why they have to do what they're doing, why they have to say that it is the most vile and despicable place that you could ever go on the internet, even though we all know that that's not true. Now, our good friend and longtime viewer and faithful viewer, Ringo Stark, said, I used to party. And I think that I think a lot of us used to party. Now, what I'm saying is, I think it's pretty demonstrative in terms of what happened to Fred. If he was performing his duties at the end in the way that it has been alleged, I think it's pretty clear that, partying could have played a really, specific role in what happened with that. I can tell you guys from my own personal experience, I've never seen someone who had a healthy appetite for drugs and alcohol that was incredibly successful. I've never seen that. They may exist. Those people may be out there. And if you're one of those people, more power to you. But that ain't me, babe. That ain't me, babe.
Yeah, Elvis from New York. What's up, my man? He says, don't forget about Jean-Luc Brunel. And then he throws up the pizza slice. And then we see down here, Jeff Stewart says, hashtag where's Q? We were just talking about. Thank you both for that super chat, by the way. A couple hours away. Could be. We don't know yet, but the board should be up via Red Pill telling me just now. So could be happening very soon. Let's go ahead and open up the phones. Let's do that, shall we? I'm going to put it down here. Oh, it's not going to cover you up, so we're good. Right, there you go. If you want to call in, boom, there you go. The first number is East Coast. The second number is Central. And the last number is West Coast. And the meeting ID is right there. And let's talk a little bit before we get off track, because I wanted somebody super chatted. I think it was like $10. They wanted to talk about Tulsi Gabbard. Remember when they blew this up? Everyone on the internet blew this up that she was, and I'm going to do this, and somebody's probably going to screenshot it, but she did that. They're going to probably screenshot
Thomas's
it.
Illuminati.
Yeah. But that's what they do in Hawaii.
I've heard that. I've definitely heard that.
It's a sign of like camaraderie. That's what they do. It's a sign of peace, I believe. And then everyone blew it out. She's Illuminati. Oh my God in heaven, blah. And then she slams Clinton.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, I can see where people are going with it. I think it's very possible that Tulsi is controlled opposition. She could be elevated in the same way that Hillary Clinton tried to elevate Trump back in 2015, 2016, so that he would decimate the Republican slate, and then, it would end up being him. Now, Tulsi could easily end up becoming so popular as a result of, being labeled a Russian asset, that she could potentially take out some of these lesser fellows on the Democratic side. And then perhaps, it comes down to her and Hillary Clinton. What if Hillary wants to jump in at the end? Any way you cut it, Tulsi Gabbard is a Democrat.
Yes.
And I think that just based on that, we should look at everything she does through a poison eye. But I think that there's probably something to be said for Tulsi Gabbard as the best Democrat. I would enjoy seeing her and President Trump in the general, because I think that she would very easily do well on stage, on the debate stage. I can see them going against each other, and I can see her being a strong contender. Now, I definitely want President Trump to win, but I don't mind seeing a tough race.
Right. I understand. I want to see a tough race, and I pray. I know it's not going to be. I wish it would be Biden, and I just want to see Biden get slammed. I want to see WrestleMania 2020. I want to see Trump take the title, and I want to see Biden in handcuffs. Is that so much to ask God, please?
No. I think it's happening. I talked about this in my podcast today. I can go ahead and give you a little snippet of it, but I'd highly recommend everyone go there and watch it if you have not yet. Well, I'll give you the headline. The DOJ and the FBI are now actively coordinating with the Ukrainian government. NABU, the National Association of, I can't remember what it's called, but the acronym is NABU. They are working with the DOJ and the FBI to help them investigate the money that was stolen from the IMF and funneled through Petro Poroshenko, the former prime minister, who was very close with Biden. He's the one who actually did the firing of that special prosecutor. So I think that we are in the end game. Right now, we've got investigations that are not going to stop. All right. We've got laser focused people here in Barr and Durham, and these guys are not doing so well. The people in the Ukraine, we've already got one guy convicted, tried and convicted. Now we've got Petro Poroshenko, reports of him emptying his mansion, okay? Like 10, 20 trucks emptying his mansion in a single day so that he can try and skip town, leave the city, leave the country.
Well, I mean, that's whatever. I mean, that's like blatantly guilty, right? That's blatantly guilty actions if you're doing something like that. Let's bring in some phone call. Let's bring in some. Yeah, let's go ahead. Hey, welcome to True Reporting. Who is this and where are you from? Hello.
Hey, Tom, this is Shane.
Shane, what's up, my man? How are you?
Good, brother. How are you?
Doing good. We got you and Red Pill on the line.
What's up, Shane?
What's up, RedPill? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Good. I'm Navy vet, so you've emailed me.
All right.
Nice. What's on your mind tonight, dude?
So, my wife's nephew is a pilot in the Marines, and he's actually stationed in Japan, and he just had a baby with the planet wife yesterday. I just heard him on the phone.
Yeah, you're kind of muffled. Put your mouth closer. No homo.
No, I said
no
he
homo.
called my. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
That's better.
All right, perfect. So he called my wife yesterday and was complaining because he just had a baby, and he just got TAD orders to 29 Palms.
It's labeled a Russian asset.
Uh-huh.
That he could.
29
So-
Palms. What that's like isn't that like a training facility like on a mountain? And is that in California?
Yes, it's right outside Palm Springs.
Okay. I am familiar with that. There's
But here's the crazy fucking thing he said to her.
Uh-huh.
Because she's like, well, why are you going there? He's like, we're training for some unconventional, something that we've never done before.
maybe he's part of that group that's going to be training to fight in tunnels.
Yes, he's a cryptologist.
A cryptologist.
Yeah.
Like, define cryptologist, like he's like
So
a code maker.
cryptologist, yeah, well, kind of, sort of, because the military, when you have like a top secret clearance, you talk in code, and it's all military code, and it's basically cryptologists. They decipher what the code is, and they give it to the general or the admiral or the captain or whoever it is that needs to know. And basically, he told her that it's unconventional what they're going to be doing, that he couldn't get into it.
Well, God only knows what it is, because there's so much taking place now, within California, so much. And we've covered this, with the tunnels, of course, and then we're with the DEWs and, so much more is taking place. That place needs to be...
Dude, now there's more. Yeah, you're right. The dump. Now there's more proof that those 21 kids were rescued by the Marines.
Absolutely.
Oh, so there is proof to this now?
Yeah.
All right, because I didn't touch that because I wasn't sure of it.
Yeah, I didn't either, because I didn't have a source with any documentation or anything like that. But that makes sense. I mean, if they were rescued from tunnels, we just got done training a bunch of guys to specifically go and fight in tunnels. We know that these deep underground military bases are all over the United States. So there's probably quite a few different areas that they need to go in and take some bad guys out.
Well, Shane, I appreciate your call, man. Let me take some more calls. Yep. Always thank you for the support, dude. Thank you. Great call.
Thank you, Shane.
Hey, welcome to True Reporting. Who is this and where are you from?
Hi, this is Fred from New Hampshire.
What's up, Fred? How are you? You're on the phone
I'm
with
doing great. Nice.
Red Pill also.
Hi, Fred.
Yeah, and I got the book of Q, and I kind of wanted to send it to you guys and have you guys autograph it for me. I'm going to send it to all my Patriot friends.
Oh, absolutely, man. I don't have no problem doing that.
So, I got to figure out the best way to send it to you. You want me to send it to Red Pill first, and then he can send it to you?
You know what? Send it to Thomas first, because his P.O. box is more easily accessible. I only get my mail like once or twice a month.
Okay, that's cool. And I'll slip like a 10 or 20 in there for the signature. And you guys should...
Just for the postage.
Yeah,
you guys should you guys should do some autograph merch. You guys will probably make a killing off that.
I've been asked to do that a lot. I have a horrible signature.
I donated my signature to Fan Fanatic Art Studio, Brian, who did that picture of me with the dogs where I'm like eating the red pills. I signed a bunch of lithographs for him so that he could sell them. But, I'd be more interested. I'm not, if somebody wants me to autograph something, I'll go ahead and do it. But I'm not worried about selling it. So
I was watching Just Informed talk earlier, and I just wanted to read this to you guys real quick.
Absolutely.
This is from an Anon, and it says, "Was that we have more than we know. Folks need to calm down about the 8chan and if it's ever coming back, etc. It makes sense for me for Q to be gone when the crap hits the fan. What does the deep state have to blame when it all hits the fan if there is no Q? It should be obvious to everyone that they were allowed to take Q down thinking he was awakening the masses, only to have that awakening continue and now to have no one to blame. Every single situation that befalls the deep state has been, in my opinion, designed, executed by the deep state themselves. Trump's got no fingers on it. Barr and Huber and Dunham are doing everything in secret. And while the Dems try to figure it all out, they keep shooting themselves in the foot. The end game on this is simple. What will get exposed will leave no choice but to prosecute. We have what we need. Dig every piece of information that comes out and post the truth on it. We are the news now. We are the ones that end this game.
Well, I think that's great. You know, and I think we are awake enough. It's fun to look at the post. You know, I feel like, to be honest, like, I feel extremely awake. Not just knowing, like, what's taking place behind the scenes, but spiritually. Like, I just feel so, like, in tune with myself now. I'm sure a lot of you feel that way also. But the whole adding, you know, Q back to the boards is so fun. I mean, it's just exciting. What do you think?
I think you're 100% right, and I also think that a lot of us have clairvoyancy and certain things that jump out to you. That, for me, like time, it's almost like you can predict stuff. And I mean, I'll give you a quick example. I woke up one morning and told my girlfriend, I said, I got to get up, and she's like, why? I said, because our neighbor's going to be here. And he's never visited our house before. He lives about a mile down the street. Before I could even put my bathrobe on and get to the kitchen, he was at my front door knocking. It's giving us extra senses. It's wakening all of us up. We're becoming more heightened, more alert. We're finding out what is BS and what's not. But I just want to say, nice talking to you guys, and I'll let you get to another call, buddy.
Absolutely. Pleasure speaking with you as well.
Appreciate it, man.
All right. Bye.
What are your thoughts on that, RedPill?
Well, I think he's right. I think that intuition, human intuition, which is essentially that, the psychic sense that I think we all have, I think it's been suppressed through a number of methods. You know, the chemicals that they kill us with that are in everything, the frequencies in the music. I saw this great video today, and it was talking about the frequencies of colors and this like scale of notes. I don't really understand it. I used to play clarinet when I was a kid, but I don't know how to write or interpret sheet music or anything like that. But it was something to do with, like, you know, I mean, there's the 432 hertz versus 440 hertz. When you are at that 440 and you're not at the natural 432, which is like in tune with your body, there is an effect that takes place. The right half of your brain is shut down, and therefore your creative nature is shut down. And also, it makes people crazy. It makes them angry. And with the preponderance of mental illness that we have, and with so many people, just like everybody seems to have something wrong with them. And I think that they're making us crazy on purpose.
I could not agree more with that. A couple posts, I know, let me see real quick. Oh, please let me find that. It was so good.
Cousin Vinny says it's called discernment. Yeah, he's right. But I was trying to frame it in terms of what Fred was saying with, being psychic. I think that it's not a special gift that only a select few people have. I mean, it's an innate trait that we all have within us. It's another sense that we can hone and that we can use. But unfortunately, we're at a disadvantage because we have all of these things going against us.
Absolutely. Pam Gibson says the veil is getting thinner. Yes. I like that. I like that choice of words. Absolutely. And Jeff Stewart says, I'm awake. I've had 2 5-hour energies. Good God, my friend. I bet you were jacked. Guys, real quick, if you want to donate to the channel, you most certainly can. You can go down to the super chat up under the chat. You can hit PayPal, Patreon. We have a P.O. box and True Reporting merch. If everyone donated $2 to $3, it would surely help this out big time, guys, to combat censorship, because a lot of the videos do get demonetized, and it really does help. Also, if you want to super chat your question, I can bet your bottom dollar, you can bet my bottom dollar that it will be read on the air, and we will answer it. Let's take some more calls. Hey, welcome to True Reporting. Who is this and where are you from?
Steve, North Carolina.
Hey, neighbor. Hey, Steve. What's on your mind tonight? You're on the phone with RedPill78 as well.
Hey, Steve.
Yep. Hey, how's it going?
Good, brother. How about yourself?
All right. Did you guys get that pic that I sent about Cappy? Because I kept getting everything bounced back.
I haven't gotten anything.
The one with him sitting on the overpass?
Yep.
Yes.
I've seen it, but I don't know if I got the one that you sent over. But yeah, it's a still from that video of the dash cam for the guard was driving by.
Yes.
Right. If you look close, it looks like he has a harness and something holding his head up.
Really?
I did look at it, and it didn't look like a natural sitting position.
No, he definitely looked odd.
Yeah.
You got to go back and look at it.
Yeah. What's up, DY
I'm pulling
from
it
New
up.
Zealand? That's cool.
Hmm?
No. I was saying hello to somebody in the chat. They're from New Zealand. I like it when people abroad like to chat in. Yeah, that picture was really weird. When you sent it to me, I saw it. That's the first thing I noticed was definitely his posture was just unnatural. It just didn't seem right. I don't know more than that because I don't want to talk really about that because there's a ton of keywords saying his name and so on and so forth. I do not want this to get flagged. So all right.
I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, RedPill's pulling it up now.
I don't see the harness, but it does look to me. I thought that it looked edited. I thought that he looked like he was digitally inserted, the angle, like just the way that his head is, it looks like he was laying on the ground, and they took that picture and then sliced him in there. The shadow is so hard. It's like there's no gradient to that shadow. It looks to me like it's digitally edited, and there's some other artifacts around him which look funny to me. The space behind his thighs, his legs, and his back looks just too straight. It looks too straight, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, that looks like he's laying down and they digitally inserted him.
Well, what you missed on the show from Thomas is what I said. It was actually your show that I was watching, not his, that I took that snapshot. I downloaded Apple, Light Shot, and I just took a snapshot the first time. I didn't do anything to it. I want you to try it yourself.
I'm saving that screenshot right now. Let me see how large I can get it.
Well, Steve, we're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to go ahead and take some more callers, okay?
All right.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it, man.
Steve.
Thank you for the support.
Yep. Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Hey, welcome to True Reporting. Who is this and where are you from?
This is Leslie. I'm in Silverdale, Washington.
Hey, Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Hi, guys. Just real quick for Thomas and hello, Red Pill. I'm wearing my Red Pill Rooster shirt right now.
Sweet.
Right. So did you get my email about Garuda San Giovanni route?
About who again? One more time?
Thomas, it's, I think, pronounced Garuda San Giovanni route.
I will have to go back and look. I'm not sure. I'm sure I got it.
It was
I just
really,
get
really
so
hard
many
to
emails
send.
a day. What's that?
I know. Well, I probably tried to send it 3 times in the last week. It's not sending, so I just wanted to give you the words.
Oh, weird.
And
Okay.
have you write it down and look up this route that propels itself upstream against the flow of water by the way it naturally is engineered to grow, or it just grows that way. And then I want you to look at the spiral on airplane engines, and I'll let you go. Somebody got to do this, and no one will listen to me.
So listen
I
to
think
the
there's something
root.
to this.
What? How is it spelled? Let me hold on.
Garuda
Mm-hmm.
SanJivani route. There's videos on YouTube. It's like a spiral stick laying in muddy water. Watch it to the end. It's 45 seconds. You guys, I think that this is how airplanes fly. I'm going to go. I talked to my house last
we'll check
night.
it out.
Bye.
Have a great meeting.
You too. Peace.
Bye-bye. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to look into that because I'm not really seeing how that
Give me that spelling, and I'll pull it up right now and see what I can
She
find.
said it way too fast. I would just type in route that grows upstream. That looks, something like that. She was saying it so quickly. Yeah, guys, we're approaching 1,000 people. There should be at least 900 likes. You should be enjoying this. This is your platform. My platform is your platform. So if you want to leave a like, we have RedPill78 was nice enough to grace us with his presence and his friendship. So yeah, this was last minute. I was like, if you want to come on, dude, come on. And he said, what's up? Real quick, let me do some, let me mute these two callers. Sunny skies, as always, love your show, Thomas. Really enjoyed your Friday and Saturday night live streams. Friday and Saturday night live Red Pill. Thank you guys for working so hard to get us the real news, and that's what it is. Thank you so much, Sunny. I appreciate that. And Christine in Texas, I went to the Dallas rally last week. Okay, now I'm jealous. We Texans represented. You surely did. What was it, about 60,000 people there? When POTUS came out to proud to be an American and the cheer of 24,000 Patriots, it was so emotional. Yeah, I went to a rally last year. I believe it was last year. Was it 2 years ago? No, it was last year. And with a much smaller crowd, but it was still, I'm telling you, he feeds off that energy. He feeds off that energy. 957 people in here. Let's get 900 likes. If you hear my voice, if you hear Red Pill's voice, please leave a like. All right, let's go take one of these 1 million calls. Hey, welcome to True Reporting. Who is this and where are you from?
Hi, this is Diana Pulido. I'm from New Jersey.
Hi, Deanna. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Thank you, both of you. Red Pill, you rock.
Oh, thank
True
you.
Reporting, you're awesome. You guys have a power team, definitely. And I love your shows.
Thank
Big
you.
fan.
Appreciate it.
I would just like to touch on the Great Awakening subject for a little bit.
Awesome,
and
yes.
Just remind people that the Great Awakening is great because it is just not about one particular topic. The Great Awakening is an individual process that people go through, but it's from food to vaccines, from political topics, from energy topics, from creation topics, from how everything works in the universe. Mm-hmm. That is why it's called the Great Awakening. It's not a massive thing. It is great because one person gets to see the full spectrum. And that's what's so great about it. Because even if it's just one person that has the ability to do research and have the understanding of what to do with that great power that information is, then is when things the magic starts to happen for every one of us.
Absolutely, Deanna. That's I agree. It's do you think we're chosen? You think we're chosen to witness this?
We are we definitely choose to be here right now. Mm-hmm. All of us. And the one amazing part of this is that it's like we're part of a big broken mirror, and we're just like a tiny fragment of each other.
Correct.
Like you and me are the same thing.
Absolutely. I totally understand that.
And even I want people to understand that we are not in a fight. There is no such a thing. We're not fighting. We are striving. It's a big difference.
I like that. Deanna,
we are striving. And mm-hmm. the one important key element that we most all research into is how we can manage our emotions, because that is where the energies that are surrounding us feed from.
It's our ego.
So the better we have an understanding of how our emotional body works and how we can heal it, help it heal. There is one particular documentary that I will love for everyone. Everyone, this is so important. And please write it down, Thomas, because I know you will like it. And mm-hmm. Red Pill, same thing. It's amazing. It's called Emotion. Mm-hmm. And that in that documentary, that shows people how to dramatically transform their lives.
That's the emotion code.
The emotion code, exactly.
Yeah. No, I actually was just looking at this book over the weekend, and I can't remember the doctor's name, but I saw it was I don't know if it was a full documentary. It was a video with him talking about his experience healing himself as a child, or God healing him, and then him realizing all this stuff. It is great. I would highly recommend looking that up, everybody.
Yes, it is by Dr. Bradley Nelson.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah. And it's a very, I've done it. I'm a testimony that this stuff really works. It really works. It helps you understand why you feel the way you feel, and how to help heal yourself. And the most important thing, how to help heal others. Because that's what we're here for. We're here for each other. But
Absolutely.
first we have to learn how to take care of our own business.
What is this documentary on?
The emotion code. It's
the emotion code. I found it on Gaia. I am a subscriber of Gaia.
Okay.
Gaia TV.
Sure.
Yeah, and I found it there. I don't know where else can it be found, but I'm sure there's other sources that. But it is a very, very, very interesting and helpful tool that we all should put our mind, hearts, and thoughts into it. Give it our all, because we can achieve greater results if we all if we incorporate this into our lives. Definitely.
Deanna, thank you so much for those kind words, and I'm definitely gonna have to check this out. I have not heard of it, but
Thomas,
it sounds like it's right up my alley.
It'll change your life, Thomas, for real.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I feel absolutely, and I feel that is very important for you, because you are a very emotional person, Thomas. I feel it. I see your tweets. I'm like Thomas needs this in his life so much.
Yeah, I kind of gone through bumpy roads.
We all do, Thomas.
Yeah, bumpy roads,
we all
and
do.
then and sometimes it does get the best of me, but I feel like I'm coming out on the other side. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I've already come out on the other side, but hopefully it continues. But you're right. I'm one of the most. Even my best friends tell me that I'm one of the most emotional people they know.
And that is a great thing. But once you learn how to use that in your advantage, how to make conscious decisions, even in the way we talk, it changes our life dramatically, because we learn how to speak properly, how to precipitate the things we want to see in the world. It makes you be the change you want to see in the world, pretty much.
Well, that's beautiful, and I'm going to definitely check this out. I'm going to check it out tonight.
All right, guys. I just want to say I love you both. Thank you for the great work. You're both doing it. Keep up the good work, and God bless.
Deanna,
bless you as well. Thank you so much.
Call. Best call
All
of the
right,
night.
bye-bye.
Yeah, best call of the night so
Thank
far.
you.
Thank you so much. As I accidentally hang up in the middle of a word. Hey, welcome to True Reporting. Who is this and where are you from?
Hawaii girl.
I'm good. How are you? Who is this?
I'm calling from Hawaii. How can I tell if I'm being recorded? If I'm talking
Aloha.
To you? Aloha. Okay, because the X still looks like it's on the phone. But anyway,
no, you're good. You're live right now. You're live.
I love your guys' show, both of you. I watch it every time it's posted.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, I wanted to ask you: have you heard of either Deborah Tavares or Alina Freeland?
Deborah Tavares sounds familiar. Who are they?
Stop the Crime. And she gets into the directed energy weapons and that kind of thing that they're beaming at us from outer space, or the whole new 5G thing that they're trying to roll out.
Yes. Okay. That would be why I know who she is. Yeah.
Okay. And the other one is Alina Freeland, who does the space fence. And she shows you the satellites and that are beaming down these frequencies. And from what I'm understanding, we're all hearing about these new things they're putting up that will transmit G5, which is a problem in Hawaii, particularly because there's so many trees. And that they're not going to be using that. They're going to be doing it from satellite.
Well, I know these 5G's towers. You can drive down the street, and I've said this time and time again. Doug Murray, thank you so much for that super chat, by the way. You guys are throwing them in pretty quick now. You could drive down the street, and then damn near 24 hours, there's one popped up on the side of the road. And they're completely different looking than a cell phone tower. It's really weird.
It's microwave technology. It's not Wi-Fi, and it can be taken to lethal levels and crowd control. And so, having listened to that seminar they did on the internet, my girlfriend sent it to me, and they had all these doctors from all over the place telling you about the dangers of 5G and what the power of it is. But those two women are really brave, and I'd love to see you interview either one of them on your show.
Yeah, I have to get in touch with him. Doug Murray, thank you so much for that giant super chat. Very kind of you. And real quick, Tug Life 656. What do you guys think about the John here to help interview about Seth? You know who hit? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Tug Life.
I mean, I can comment on that, and I want to say thank you very much for those names. I'm definitely going to try to reach out to those women.
Oh, great. The women are so brave, that get out and report this stuff. And so anyway, because I was rolling it out in Hawaii, first the committee voted it down, and it was hard to find anything that even talked about G5 in Hawaii. But then the governor, a month later, just went ahead and signed it off, and now they're rolling it out.
Yeah.
And most people haven't even heard of it.
Hawaii sounds like a good place for them to do an experiment on it, because it's kind of an isolated area, and the whole island, all of the islands are going to be completely saturated with this 5G waves.
Yes, but if they're directing it from the satellites, and it doesn't matter with the trees. There's things you can do, because they talked about it. Some of the doctors, you can, even on Amazon, they have the silk and pray sheets and headgear and stuff that helps block this and protect you from these frequencies. But this new stuff can be taken to the level of burning, for crowd control. It's quite frightening that this is going on behind the scenes and nobody's talking about it.
Well, a lot of people do know about it. Thank you so much for the call. I'm going to take one.
You're welcome.
I'll try one more.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, how do we get in touch with you? Do you have an email?
Yes. Well, mine is TRUreporting1985 at Gmail.
85 at Gmail. Okay, thank you.
Yep. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Aloha.
I just want to comment real quick on that. John Here to Help. John Here to Help is apparently a whistleblower. And he's been vetted by Devin Nunes. He was working as a confidential informant for the DOJ and the FBI. And when Obama came into office, he was putting operations in jeopardy that administration wanted to continue. So they almost killed him and his wife. Put him through a living hell for years. And he's still not out of the woods yet. He's been trying to reach President Trump, get his story to him, and get some help that way. I had offered to interview him, but the only person he's allowed to interview him so far is an account on YouTube called Santa Surfing. And I imagine Santa must be in a coastal region or maybe in Hawaii herself. But she's done a great job. They've done several long form interviews. We're talking like 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. I'd like to see John do a shorter form interview, but he did talk about SR, and he's talked about a lot of our favorite characters in this whole Spygate saga.
Mythical says here with another super chat, I would love either you or RedPill78 to do an interview with David Wilcock. I would like to interview him. P.S. Guys, huge interview this weekend for me. Friday, I will have John McAfee in the house. I'm writing down questions already that I have to get vetted by his wife. So I'm going to throw him some curveballs. Like, I'm just going to. I have so many questions for this guy. I've just done some, research on him, and this guy's lived a crazy life.
Yes, he has.
It's crazy. So this Friday from 8 to 9 p.m., we will have John McAfee on True Reporting live stream. So any of you want to write in questions for me to ask him, you can go to my Patreon, donate, and ask the question as, McAfee question, donate it, and I will ask him the question live on air. Again, if you want to donate to the Patreon and link it with John McAfee question, I will read him your question on the air if we have time. So make sure of that. Either way, it's going to be pretty cool. I have another, another Patreon, or not the Patreon, but another super chat. I just discovered my church installed G5 Wi-Fi. Not good. Sac Learn says 5G towers are popping up everywhere in Sacramento. And also we see here, A Pool again, Wi-Fi blocking paint. Look it up. Few kinds. Check wavelengths for right one. Wi-Fi blocking paint. It's kind of cool. Red Pill, why do you think Trump pushes 5G?
I think that Trump knows that we need to control 5G. Right now, the control is going to be in the hands of the Chinese. If we can be the world leaders in 5G technology, then perhaps there is something that can be done to control it, to make it safe. I don't know how that is possible. I think that it's not possible. But if we control it and we roll it out and it becomes very obvious that it's causing major problems, then as the controlling interest in 5G, the president would have the authority to shut that down.
Wow.
That's what I think.
Well, that makes sense to me.
Real quick, if somebody had said that they wanted to know if Jim Watkins was going to be on my show, Xerxes, the YouTube channel, Jim Watkins. I have not been able to reach him, you guys. If you guys want to go into his live streams and say, hey, you should go on RedPill78's show, politely, then perhaps we'll be able to reach him and I can get him on for a nice interview, you guys. I
that would be
appreciate
insane.
Thomas, big ups, dude, on getting John McAfee. Big ups.
Thanks,
Good
dude.
job, Thomas. Good job.
I jumped on it as soon as I saw it.
How did you see it? How'd you get a hold of it?
She posted it.
Oh, man.
His wife threw it up there on Twitter one time, and I was just kind of looking, and I was like, oh, my God. Like, and I right then and there, and she's like, yeah, you were the first one. Like, right then. So I was like, so, yeah, he'll be on here Friday. I'm still, I have to vet all these questions to send into her Thursday. And it's interesting, guys. I mean, if you look up his stuff on Wikipedia, it's insane. The guy's life is crazy. And I know we're 5 minutes over, but if you got to go somewhere, Red Pill, I think I might stick around for another half an hour.
No, I got nothing else to do, man. This was my night.
Yeah. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go till 9:30. So let me go ahead and take some more phone calls. How about that? Hey, who is this and where are you from? Welcome to True Reporting.
Thomas.
Yes.
All right. Hey, it's Al. How you doing?
Al. Call me Al, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a great phone. You had a great last time you called in, you had some incredible information.
Well, I've been sitting here listening to your callers, and it amazes me how enlightened people have become. And they're just
Isn't it beautiful? It's amazing.
Every day. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Yeah. I like it. This 5G thing is not going to happen.
It's not, is it?
Nope.
Why do you say this?
It'll kill us all. Millimeter waves. 5G is not going to happen.
I think that what'll happen is first, all of the small animals in our neighborhoods, like the squirrels and the birds and our pets, you're just going to notice a mass die-off of all the animals in the area.
Listen, you don't even have to wait for your pets to start dying, because if you go to Switzerland, where 90% of the people have, is it Switzerland or Sweden? Well, no, it's Switzerland.
It's Switzerland.
90% of the people have 5G, and they're all starting to get sick.
Oh, Jesus!
I thought that they had outlawed. For some reason I thought that they had not allowed it in Switzerland. I guess I must have been wrong though.
I would think that they wouldn't allow it in Switzerland.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that I heard that it was Switzerland. But maybe Sweden, I don't know. It was an S.
Sweden sounds to me like more like the place that they would do that. Just because Sweden is so quick to just do whatever they're told. And I was thinking just because of Switzerland that the reason that they hadn't allowed it is due to the fact that everybody's money is there. And they want a place that they can go ahead and get away. So we'll have to check it out. We'll have to look at the research on it, and we'll figure that one out.
You're absolutely right. That's what we will do.
Yes, sir.
But I swear it was Switzerland, but maybe not, because it doesn't make any sense that it would be Switzerland.
Right.
Because we know who lives there.
Yeah. A lot of big ones.
Yes, sir.
Al, I want to thank you for.
What do you think
Go
about
ahead,
the
man.
Marines rescuing? Excuse me.
Go for it. What'd you say?
I said, what do you think about the Marines going in and rescuing 2,100 children out of tunnels in California?
I mean, I don't have any. I'm not seeing sauce on it. I'm seeing like one person talk about this. So I'm like, as of now, and I don't mean to, dunk on this or anything, but I'm just not seeing any like proof of this.
You're not going to see it on the normal news, Thomas. They showed fire.
I know that, but I mean, I would think you would see it, maybe the Epic Times or somebody like that's not super mainstream could throw it up there and just be like, yeah, this actually took place.
You were right.
Well,
Switzerland has 5G injuries.
Is it Switzerland?
Yes. Yep. I just actually dropped the link in the chat.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
I used to dig, man, but you know what? You guys have gotten so good that I don't have to anymore.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, and we'll do the work.
That's right. That's right.
No, I listen to you guys every day, and when the direction's going good, we're all good,
Appreciate that.
As far as Tulsi Gabbard goes.
Yeah, we never got into this. Thanks for bringing that back up. I like the call back. Go for it.
Yeah, she's on the Council of Foreign Relations. You do the digging as far as what the Council of Foreign Relations is. I'm sure you already have. I have. They're like the uber globalists,
Yes,
and I think Red Pill, you are right. She's being offered up as, this is the other side of the pie, so to speak. Yep. How did you put?
What was the question?
Like Fox News. She's like Fox News.
Yeah. She's the only seemingly legitimate contender on the Democratic side. She's got enough going for her. She just controlled opposition. It's obvious. The fact that she's Council on Foreign Relations, that's all we really need to know.
Absolutely right. And everyone can research the Council on Foreign Relations and make their own decision to be a president of this country. I don't think they're going to want to after they do the research.
No. Some of the worst people.
Yes, sir.
Spanning decades.
Yep.
Well, Al, let me let you go, man. I got 3 more calls. We got about 20 minutes left in the show. We went 30 minutes over, which was something we usually don't do. So thank you for the support and the call, man.
It's a lot accomplished.
What's
Alrighty?
that?
It was fantastic. You're getting a lot of accomplished.
Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Al.
We do
Good
our
talking to you,
best out
bud.
here.
Right. We'll talk to you next time, guys.
All right.
Yep, we'll see
Take
ya.
care, my man.
Okay, Namaste Nacho Chan says we all still need to dig. Yes, you do. I was yucking it up with Al. Yeah, I definitely don't want people to stop researching.
Hey, welcome to True Reporting. Who is this and where are you from?
Hey, this is David, and believe it or not, I'm calling from Flagstaff, Arizona.
Oh, what's up, David? Welcome aboard. What's on your mind tonight?
Thanks. I'll make it brief. I want to get like a couple of points in like a bullet list.
Okay.
First of all, just as an aside, I crossed the bridge by accident, and I was like, "Whoa!" Anyway, there you have that. And yeah, I think you all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. And
yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm slow.
yeah, I was like, "Oh wow, that was it, man."
Mhm.
But anyway, talking about emotions And something I learned about is we have neurons in our heart.
Really?
And yeah, and actually in our intestines also. So when you think with your gut, you actually are thinking with your gut.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you think with your heart, you actually are thinking with your heart. So I think that it's a switcheroo to think that someone who's emotional is like not intelligent, because actually they're more intelligent. It's like in a larger brain. And I think maybe lots of people can shut that down so they don't have that emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
And they can behave like sociopaths. But that's just an aside. But on top of that, your other caller who was talking about a sort of a remedy or a technique to help with emotional health. And I'll tell you what, I found one as well. And it's RedPill78, TRUreporting, In Pursuit of Truth. It's Truth and Art TV. You know the list. Praying Medic. You guys are my emotional healing, because I've been digging into this stuff and trying to exist in the world knowing too much for too long.
Yeah.
And to have, and I have a background in the media, so to see it coming around and that we really are the news now. You guys are real soldiers, and I imagine that you probably understand the weight and the gravity of what you're doing, and that we're going to be counting on you guys to replace all those other networks. You're going to be the ones. So I just want to, put it out there. You guys, this is the beginning.
That means more than you could possibly know. This is definitely something that Thomas and I have spoken about in the past. I mean, we are fully aware of the gravity of the position that we're in, and how lucky we are to be here. I mean, I'm truly honored every day when I log onto my computer, and I've got all these people that are just waiting to see what I'm putting together, and I do the same thing. I'm a viewer too, so I wake up and I look to see what Thomas is doing. So I mean, it's great, and to hear that from somebody who is part of the media at some point, I mean, that adds even more weight to it. So I really, really appreciate it.
Very kind words. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw you guys coming, from the start. Like I was on board, October 2017. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And even before that, I mean, David Wilcock. I was in Sedona, Arizona, in 2010, talking to people I was hanging around with. That was like David Wolf and Raw Foods and stuff like that, all the way back then.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing David Wilcock. I'm like, that guy knows something. And I remember back then he said, mass arrests are coming.
Yep.
And I was like, I know it's got to be coming. It's got to. And here we have it. This is like 10 years almost,
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, I don't want too much of your time, guys, but I just, I'm in there every single time you guys are on, and I'm going to do everything I can on my side of things, to keep it going.
What's your name again?
My name is David Cadell.
David, thanks, man. Yeah, the words are great, and yeah, we've talked about this. Me and RedPill have definitely talked about it. So, hopefully there's something in the future that will give us a platform to do this, and that we can reach more people.
Making it. You're creating it.
That's right.
Right.
Not
Yes.
coming. You're making it.
What's that?
It's not coming. You're making it.
Oh, okay. Yes. Absolutely. I think so too, and that's why we always ask. We do these live streams. Like, these platforms are your platforms where you can call in and talk about it. That's why I say, like, if people were to just donate just $1 or $2, it's to help combat censorship, because we're not reaching the potential we're supposed to. Let's be honest. Like, the numbers don't match. They don't match. So it's that's why I say when times get tough, for me and RedPill and so many others out there, it's you guys that, do this. I mean, people out there pay $80, $140 for cable to watch garbage, when you can come on here or onto RedPill78 and watch stuff that's actually real, not something there that is to lull you back to sleep like some kind of puppet, right?
Amen. I'll just put one more feather in you guys' cap, and I'll pass it along. Thanks for your time. I work in customer service, and if I had a lot more money, I got out of the media on purpose. So I chose a life of poverty instead of selling out, but not poverty necessarily. But anyway, when I scrape some more nickels together, I'll definitely be sharing some more. But what I do in the meantime is I have an opportunity to talk to people all day long, and I'm a pretty good reader of people. And every once in a while, someone will be like, open up a conversation. I'll be like, oh yeah, you'd like to know more? And I'll just start writing a list.
Oh, cool.
And that list will be all of your YouTube channels.
I love it.
Nice.
So I'm like a little Paul Revere running around here.
I love it. If I wish, everyone should be doing the exact same thing. David, thank you so much for the kind words and the support and just your all around just niceness. It's great to hear.
Yeah, David
means
means
a
a
lot,
there with you
man.
guys. You mean everything to us. We're all there with you. Where we go when we go all.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you so much, David.
God bless.
Take care.
God bless
friend.
you. Have a good night.
Fitzgonzo says from a super chat, can y'all reach out to David Wilcock as a guest? Don't invite Corey Good. LOL. I could concur with that.
I feel like David and Corey are a team now. I don't know if you can just say, hey, I only want to speak to David. I don't want to speak to Corey. I'll see what I can do. But that's just the impression that I get.
And coming from Shelly Scott, thank you both. Love your shows. Thank you, Shelly. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Shelly.
And IB8825, thanks, guys. You're welcome, IB. Not a problem, dude. Let's take another call. Great calls tonight, by the way. This is a great show. Hey, welcome to True Reporting. Who is this and where are you from?
Hey, this is Melinda. I'm Texas, Republic of Texas, Tea Room.
Well, Melinda,
hey, Linda, how are you?
Yeah, hey, I used to be Texas RN, but I changed it. So, hey, I'm going to be quick. 'Cause let's see, I'm glad to have called in. I tried to call in a couple of weeks ago about something. I was listening to, I'm not a fan of Jim Baker, but he had a pastor or a PhD, Dr. Francis Miles, really interesting. And he said he prayed and he was asking why Trump. He was asking why Trump. And he said that, God, gave him after he prayed sometime 4 reasons. Now, I might not get all the 4, but just look it up. The Jim Baker show and ask about why God for Trump was chosen. And one of the things he said was, I made him rich so that he wouldn't be really beholden to anyone. I wanted him to see and be able to move about, to see like media people, Hollywood, all these things. And what Trump was starting to realize was that these people had a deep-seated hatred for the American people. Okay. Also, this was so interesting. He said, I anointed him with the spirit of Jehu. And Jehu was one of the, he was like a chariot person, kind of a tough guy, biblically. And he, to destroy the Jezebel spirit that has pretty much affected America. Because you know all this, kind of this, the third wave feminism, which is, all this stuff, and men having cycles, all this ridiculousness. And he said this destroying America. He said that he anointed him with the spirit of Jehu. So read that in the Bible. It's really interesting how Ahab was Jezebel's husband, and she was worshiping like Baal, an idol. So he did that. And he said he made Trump. He packaged people like Trump and any generational people who are going to change culture and shift culture. He packages them in an offensive manner in order to, to offend the flesh in order to reveal the spirit. So he's offensive because he's revealing who these people are. Like all the, these people who we thought were good people, how they're coming out threatening President Trump, showing his head, threatening his son, the things that we see on Twitter, all the viciousness, the ferocity of these people. So it's like he's exposing that. And he said that Trump has a way of bringing out the worst and the truth in these people. So I think that was pretty interesting. And so I'm not some super religious person, but I think that was pretty deep, and it's revealing itself to be true. So I just wanted to say that.
I absolutely agree with you. 100%.
Thank you.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. All right then, guys.
All right. Have a great night.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, good points. I don't know if I would trust Jim Baker, but
well, I mean, here's the thing. I think that anybody can come with wisdom and information from God. Jim Baker might have, had some things in his past, but let's be honest, so did Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, and
true.
what he's saying is something that I've already independently thought and believed. So
let's take one more call. One more. Here we go. Hey, welcome to True Reporting. Who is this and where are you from?
Hey, Thomas, it's Aaron. I'm from Arizona.
Hi, Aaron. We got RedPill78 on the line as well. What's on your mind tonight?
Hey, Aaron.
Right, I'm watching you guys.
Cool.
You might know me from my Twitter. It's Apache Doc.
You're kind of spotty right now. Say it one more time.
I said, hang on, I was making my speakerphone work better. How's that?
That's
much
a lot
better.
All right. So I was saying that you might know me from my Twitter. It's Apache Doc.
That sounds familiar.
Both. Yeah. I'm the one that puts the funny crap out there.
Okay.
All right. So
don't doubt.
So I every time I see Red Pill, he hasn't changed his background in a while, and I was wondering, is that from Scorched Earth?
No. It's I was just searching online for a particular background. I was looking for like Nightwave background. This is like a design aesthetic. So this one just happened to be my favorite that I found.
Yeah.
But I am due for an upgrade though. I'm probably going to change it soon.
Right. No, it looks good. Just keep it there, man. It's okay. And don't change your headphone thing ever.
Oh, cool. Thanks. I don't think I'm going to.
No, I watched you do that one time, and it was like it didn't work out for you, and yeah.
It felt weird.
Yeah, I get it. So one of the couple of things I want to throw out there. One is the lady that the Asian lady that was speaking earlier about the connection and how we're all interconnected. A good way to look at that is to view Q, and I've been putting this out like crazy. Q equals 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. That's one way of doing it, and it gets you into the galactic thing. There's the guy that works with Corey Good. He's done interviews with him. Sather.
Yes.
Is it David Sather? Yeah.
Jordan Sather.
Jordan Sather. Yeah. That's the guy you got to interview. That's the guy you guys should interview. I've
spoken to Jordan a couple times on Twitter. I could try. I've been thinking about trying to get a hold of him, but it's just he's difficult to pin down because he's got so many messages, I'm sure.
He was on True Reporting last year. He came on for a while. It was a great interview that definitely was completely throttled. It's a really good interview. If you want to go check through my archives of videos, I did about an hour and a half with him. It was very good.
Right. Now, the other thing was about this 5G thing. Somewhere somebody got word. I'm not sure if this is actual truth or not. Do not take anything I tell you as gospel. But part of the fence that they have down the border is supposed to circumvent some of this stuff. But then again, I don't know, And then the other thing you can do yourselves, what they talked about the powder earlier, it's something called shungite.
Shungite, yeah.
And you can get it in powder and you can put it in your primer and paint it on your walls, and it'll protect you from the radiation coming from the electricity that flows through the wires through your house. Or you can do like what I do is I've got a shungite tab that I put on my phone. I've got one on the computer. I've got a pyramid sitting somewhere in the house. I've got them all over. So it's a good thing to have.
Definitely. Yeah. I've heard that before, that it blocks the electromagnetic waves.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the lady was talking about the food, I don't know, upstream. I'm not sure what that was. A good one is to go after is called moringa.
Moringa.
Moringa. It's from India originally. It's spread through China. It's a leaf, and the tree grows, but you got to protect the tree while it's growing because the birds will just devour it. And you can consume it raw right there. Wham.
I'll look into it for sure. I actually just dropped a link in the chat, which is the root that caller was referring to. It is shaped like a snake. It's like a spiral, and it swims upstream. It's pretty cool.
Have to check that out.
I don't know what it does, but she was saying that in reference to airplanes. Maybe to the turbine.
Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
More research.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff out there. You guys had a good show. I appreciate talking to both of you at the same time. That was just like, it's unreal. I mean, seeing both of you at the same time. Thomas, thanks for bringing Red Pill over.
Yeah.
Red, you might want to, I don't like to put certain things out there. So Red, if you would follow me on Twitter, that would help me out a lot.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, because I've been trying to get you to do that for a while. And
I get so many notifications. I
know.
Let me see.
I just try to get a quick note, and I try to keep it. I don't want people to think I'm too out there. You know what I mean?
Did you say Apache Doc, D-O-C, or dog?
D-O-C, Apache Doc.
Apache Doc 83?
No, it's just Apache Doc in Twitter. No, I've got you. I followed you, so you should be able to see me if I follow. I'll just leave you a note somewhere.
All right, I think that I found you.
Yeah,
I got it.
Oh, okay. And then you guys, great show again.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the Friday show. That's going to be interesting.
Me too.
I used to be a virus hunter. I used to trap viruses when I had Microsoft. I don't use Microsoft anymore. I've been running Linux the last 10 years, and I'm enjoying the crap out of it. My older brother went to Unix finding.
Cool.
Wow.
I use Mac, which is based on Unix.
Unix, yeah. But it's not immune to everything either. So
No.
I mean, I've people hit me with stuff like left and right, and like I've got the link drive, so that kind of garbage. My browser's been hit, and so I'll just shut it down, fire it back up. It's gone. That's all I have to do. All right, fellas, you have a good day.
All right.
Great show again, and see you Friday, Thomas.
All right, my man. Thank you.
I'll be there in the chat. Thanks again.
You bet.
Have a good
Talk
night.
to you later. All right, last super chat of the night. D Hood says, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Really glad to see you both together live. Where we go, when we go all. Thank you so much for that. My friends, that is rounding it off for the evening. I greatly appreciate Red Pill sticking around even after the fact. You know, this was a great show. You know, anytime you want me on yours, do that. I know this was super last minute. He was kind enough to do this, you know. The best, one of the best, if not the best, I'd say. Where can people find you, Red Pill?
Well, you can always find me at youtube.com/C/RedPill78, or you can just search RedPill78, all one word, and I will come up with a ton of my videos. You can also find me on Twitter at RedPill78. And that's all that I maintain is just Twitter and YouTube. And then occasionally visiting my friends like my good brother Thomas here.
Absolutely, man. Michelle McGowan, hello. Good to see you in the chat. Oh, my gracious.
Oh, he made an appearance.
Yeah, that's his first appearance. Loki's first appearance where he's mad right now. He wants his food. Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you want to subscribe, you can definitely do that. You can follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting. And before you hit the door, please leave a like. I would greatly appreciate that. We had a good crowd in here tonight. So thank you all for staying up a little late with us. I know it's Monday, and Mondays I was literally about to make a Garfield reference, and I'm not doing that. But yeah, you know, thank you so much for stopping by. And guys, you can follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting. You can donate to the channel by going to the PayPal, Patreon. We have a P.O. box and True Reporting merch. All those links are in the chat and they're in the description box below. So, guys, I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out, and we will talk to you all very soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me, Thomas. See you guys later. Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.